No, vamos, no hay nadie ahí.
Ok, perfecto.
Fíjate, no hay nadie.
Perdón, lo imposible es el que le da acceso, ¿verdad? Bueno, no se lo ponemos. No de ellos sí.
Is Brandon coming? Brandon?
I got no idea.
Brandon, no, not.
What are we talking about? The Honda and Toyota or something?
Let's talk about La Wanda.
We can do that.
I don't know. I didn't do no research, man. I've been busy.
I saw script.
Yeah.
Message.
Message about what?
We want to talk about the Toyota.
Sí, es que Gary mandó a un grupo creo que diferente. ¿Sí estabas ahí?
No.
Sí, Tony, está, lo que pasa es que no hace.
Mandó como la estructura de hacer Toyota contra Honda.
Sí, lo vi, perdón.
Te hace, güey.
Sí, lo vi, ya me acordé. No, lo que pasa es que lo estaba abriendo, pero me llegaron los clientes y pues...
No, lo que digo yo quieren
hablar como
donde
el día de
se
hoy.
sientan más cómodos
My
también.
buddy that I work with,
Yeah, I saw your videos on
he got,
Facebook.
he got
Yeah.
a good, he got a good.
Yeah,
Solo chequeale. Ahí,
you were speeding up, man.
chequeale también en TikTok y en
Yeah,
YouTube.
I saw the video on you put on Facebook.
Quiero que chequee solo si se escucha bien.
You probably,
Bien.
your wife is doing it, the video, you're driving.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you were speeding, man, because she pointed to the water.
To the back, yeah.
Shit.
Going. My boat, maybe 35, 40.
Okay.
That's about how fast it goes.
Shit. Wow, man.
I put the engine in it.
Like the one you said that you get from Young John.
Yeah, remember I told you I went
Yeah.
down, I drove like 2 hours away.
Yeah.
And I went and picked up that engine from the Mustang. It was a 89 Mustang. It was a 2.3.
2.3.
Yeah.
That was a 3.0, not a
¿No te
2.3.
chequean?
Sí.
Yeah, 2.3.
Sí,
A veces se escucha bien
It was
directo.
good.
Solo escúchalo por tu celular.
They,
sí, bueno.
¿Ya lo mandaste?
Lo comparto.
Fíjate en TikTok y en YouTube ya estamos en live. Solo quiero que escuchamos bien.
Sí, escucha. Bueno, ellos estaban hablando, se escucha bien. Sí, ¿cómo se oye?
Max, find your video micro. Max. I need power, man.
you need power.
I need the power.
Ah, ni modo, man.
Hey, man.
Ahí tendrá que vivir con la lucecita que
I'll check
les
this
cae
out.
gordo a la gente
See my video?
que les marque luces.
Yeah.
Ni modo.
I saw one video with
Está bien. Gracias por
what did you put that one on TikTok?
Yeah. But it's on mine. It's
Oh,
on
it's
mine.
your personal.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, that looks insane. So,
Yo traía un...
It was on the 4th of July.
look.
¿Qué hay?
Un lugar de moto acuática.
You see the water skiing one?
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Ajá.
I messed up the edit because it was supposed to switch to the other scene, right?
Oh,
when the feet drop,
okay.
it was supposed to switch to him like on the outside. Yeah.
Oh, it looks fun. Looks fun.
Yeah, we have a blast.
How you record that with a
The GoPro.
Oh,
you put the GoPro on?
Yeah, I put the GoPro on my buddy. And then
I want a GoPro to make videos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
Tony.
tiny, right? It's big.
this is the one you saw.
Yeah, that's the one I saw.
Yeah.
Look at it. When she goes over here, he's speeding. You can see the ghost pass. Look at it.
No, yeah, it's fast.
Look, see? Look,
Oh my god.
look. And it looks like it's going fast.
Yeah.
Maybe like 35, 40, yeah.
Damn.
I mean, on the water,
Yeah.
25 is fast.
Yeah.
Shit on the water. I had my wife, she was on the back of the tube Monday because we were showing my daughter. She was very scared every time we would start going, she would freak out. So we put my wife on there and I was like, look, no problem. She's like, don't like throw me or whatever. Well, I made a U-turn and then came back across a couple really good sized waves and she launched that thing up and it was like, she was like 4 feet in the air and flying off.
Guys, what do you want to talk about?
Okay, well,
Whatever.
we're gonna talk about algo que pasó, algo que nos haya pasado. Pues vamos a ver. Bueno, primero hablamos 4 de julio, cómo les fue, qué pasó. Y después ya regresamos a trabajar. Listo, ok. Como ya levantó
Where you
el.
going?
Ya iba,
Me
¿sí?
parece bien, pero pues, dar la bienvenida al público.
Bueno, mira, yo tengo todavía aquí acá el monstruo. El monstruo de.
Claro, mi copia.
Sí, Ok, listo, pues.
Estamos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what do we want to talk about today, my friend?
We're gonna see. Let me just say, welcome back to Mechanic. Bienvenidos de Mecánico.
Bravo.
Vamos a empezar platicando un poquito cómo les fue con su 4 de julio. What are you like? What you did?
Okay.
Yeah. ¿Qué? Yeah. What are you like? What you did?
Oh,
What
4th
you
of July.
Yeah,
Yeah,
4th of
yeah.
July.
I went camping.
I can't tell. These guys, he camping. Yeah.
Yeah. It was intense. Intense.
Where?
In
Play on
Washington.
words? Yeah.
Okay,
Like the
okay.
agüitas, you know what I mean?
Agüitas, yeah, agüitas.
Morelos Agüitas.
Yeah, yeah, that's the best agüita. Modelos, the agüita is good.
The Corona, yeah, the Corona fresca with the
Hey, no
pineapple.
dejen de hacer propaganda acá. No,
Oh,
hey,
sí. No, no, que nos
corte.
paguen, que nos paguen. Okay, so you went.
We went camping. Yeah, we went down to the lake down. I couldn't even tell you where it is. Down in Baden. Then we camped on the side of the lake, so we had a spot where we just unload the truck, get in the boat, take everything to island, go set up, and we just kind of hang out at the campsite for 2 or 3 days and cook a lot of good food and take all the kids and everybody out on tubing, water skiing. Sometimes we go fishing, but that was more of a family-oriented weekend. So
Yeah,
we just kind of horsed around, and
that's the way to pass a 4th of July, man.
then there was some nice fireworks.
Yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. Just fireworks. Oh, no. Nosotros nos fuimos, vamos a cambiarlo al español, al Spanglish. Nos fuimos a la playita un ratito, ya sabes, ahí a darles a desear este cuerpecito a los tiburones. ¿Qué quieres? No, me despreciaron, no quisieron un
¿Te
taco.
fuiste todo el fin de semana?
Todo fin de semana.
Todo el fin de semana.
Con la familia, ya sabes, hay que divertirse un rato. Pero estuvo lloviendo, estuvo, sí, it was raining. No, I went to the beach, but it was raining. Went to
You
Long
went-
Beach,
Oh yeah, okay.
but it was raining.
Had a good time.
But it was raining. It was good. It's just rain. It doesn't let you enjoy the beach very well,
Yeah.
especially the ocean.
Yeah.
Like to go to the
Wanna
ocean.
swim. Stay in the
Yeah.
sun.
No
Yeah.
way, no.
No, water was coming really, like
Oh, like
really bad. So there's not too many people right there because it was coming a
Qué
little.
mal, bueno. Pero te quedaste otros días. ¿Estuvo lloviendo todo el fin de semana? ¿O nada
Sí.
más el día que...
Todo bueno, todo el fin de semana. Nada más
Pero ahí te
All the
quedaste.
week,
sí.
all the week was raining.
Como buen macho, ahí me quedé.
Ok. No, bueno, yo me la pasé, la verdad es que con la familia. Mi familia, ahí no salí a ningún lado. Estuve con mi familia, con mis padres en casa.
Eso.
Estuvo lloviendo también.
También aquí.
No, ¿cuándo fue que llovió muy fuerte?
El domingo. Yo llegué aquí el domingo. Me encontré.
Sí, el domingo, perdón. Pero el 4 de julio estuve con la familia, también el sábado y también el domingo. El domingo sí llovió. El domingo tuvimos algunas inundaciones. recomendaciones fuertes para
¿En
el lado
Winston?
de Meven.
Ok,
de
ok.
Meven, para el
¿O
lado
vives de qué lado?
Burlington, yo soy de por allá.
Ok.
Y tuvimos algunas
Mm,
calles cerradas.
Escuché de, ¿cómo se llama?
Mucha agua.
Chapo Hill.
Chapo Hill.
Eso es que Chapo Hill.
En Snow Camp cayó un tornado.
Oh,
Wow.
that was bad.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Sí,
Sure.
pero la verdad es que igual aquí ya de una vez, sí, pero puedo aprovechar para dar un saludo a los amigos, hermanos de Texas,
Oh, sí.
que en Kerrville, se
Sí,
dice
sí,
así,
sí.
Kerrville,
Kerrville, Texas.
Kerrville.
We're talking about, he's trying to send
the city was,
yeah, he's talking about the problem that happens on Texas, Kerrville.
Yeah, it's terrible. My wife,
yeah,
she's
yeah.
been following that very heavily.
Yeah,
it's
Keeping me
really-
updated on it.
Yeah.
It's very bad.
it's
too many
really sad.
families.
Very
It's really
sad.
about-
yeah.
20 kids.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah, yeah.
missing.
Nuestro apoyo a las personas y a Texas.
We all have
Esperemos que
kids,
todo
so-
esté bien. Y
You would be out
nuestras
there looking
condolencias.
too, you know?
No, yeah, it's terrible.
Sí, no,
Ojalá que la gente, bueno, supongo que de todos podemos ayudar, pero los que estén pues, más cerca, ¿verdad? Pues que
Son los
busquen
que-
el apoyo y la manera. Incluso vi también un mensaje que estaban buscando voluntarios para apoyar aquí en ¿cómo se llama este río? How River. Acá por el lado
Ok.
de Beven.
que
Hubo
también.
una parte que se inundó bastante mal y estaban solicitando también ayuda, ¿no? Pero, pues ahora sí que en estos temas, cuando hay este tipo de desastres, pues siempre hay una manera de apoyar, que cada quien busque la que mejor le dé y pues salir adelante.
Y seguir enseñando que como humanos tenemos el deseo y las ganas de apoyar y de ayudar. Es que bueno. Un aplauso para todos aquí. Pues muchachos, y qué bueno, vamos a hablar de trabajo ahora, ya que se habló de las vacaciones y después el tema triste, vamos a hablar del otro que es más triste, el trabajo. Es que ya mejoró esto, ya levantó, ¿cómo les pareció?
A ver, primero que nada, yo sé que por ahí teníamos pendiente una VEN de 94.
Todavía.
Por ella.
Bravo, te vieron el video.
Se le descompuso la otra
Oh.
camioneta, me la fue a llevar y esa estaba jalando, pues dijo, pues la necesito
Ok.
y al menos soltó la mitad, pero me dejó la otra, pero
Ok.
la otra ya es una 2006 armada
Eh,
Nissan
o sea, al menos no está desarmada.
y ya solo me debe $500, entonces ya estamos un poquito mejor, ¿no?
¿Por qué somos así? ¿Por qué nos conformamos con, y es que ya me debe menos?
Mira,
¿Por qué?
yo sinceramente, en este caso, puedo escoger entre pelearme con mi dinero o no, yo no me voy a pelear con mi dinero. Esos $1,000 que me dejaron eran mi dinero, yo no me voy a pelear
Sí.
con él.
Por eso te digo, ¿por qué en ocasiones te dices, híjole, bueno, pues ya me dio algo?
No,
Pero es tu dinero.
Mira, al final de cuentas, yo lo veo personalmente así. Si yo digo, ¿sabes qué? O me pagas completo y no nada más
Ajá.
eso, ya le estaba corriendo gastos de
storage,
de
estacionamiento, sí.
storage.
Sí.
Y todo, pero mira, llegamos a un acuerdo y que pague. O sea, el dinero
Sí.
llegó y me sigue debiendo.
Sí,
¿verdad?
no sé.
Y ahí tengo otro carro ahí, pero pues a veces no queda de otra. Y también pues no lo puedo justificar, pero a veces pues, tampoco traen dinero, tampoco traen más.
Bueno,
Tú puedes cerrar triangular, pero sinceramente el carro no vale ni siquiera $1,000. No vale, es que no tengo cómo defenderme. Era una venta.
ya lo aprendiste, ya no lo vuelvo. Cuando te traigan ahí vehículos así que no valen la pena, dinero frente. Dinero
El que me dejó, pues va a ser así. Finalmente va a ser, sí lo trabajamos, pero voy a pedir todo.
Sí,
Lo
sí.
pago. Si no, ya no le meto más.
No,
Pero bueno, mala experiencia, un carro abandonado más de 2 meses.
sí.
Más de 2 meses, yo puse todo el dinero y todo el trabajo.
Pues ya
No
que
pedí anticipo.
Ya que tocaste ese tema, a mí no me fue tan bonito. Yo tuve una corte, no estoy que te estaba explicando que también
Sí, me habías comentado
ok.
algo que tenías.
Me pidieron una extensión de 30 días para poder venirme a liquidar y que no sé qué, para poder solventar esto
Ok.
fuera de cortes. No hagan eso, no se lo recomiendo. La gente no cumple. Seguimos igual, ya voy a cumplir los 30 días. Los cumplimos para el 16. Estamos que a menos de una semana. Menos de una semana se cumplen los 30 días y no tengo nada. tú tienes al menos $500, yo tengo nada. No. Y me dejé convencer de que, please, no hagamos la corte, dame chance 30 días. Mira.
Ya. No, pues es que no, a veces no se puede.
Te dije que solo te dije que están las malas noticias de regresar a trabajar. Pero bueno, ahora, nueva clientela, más trabajo o sigue igual.
No, fíjate que a mí en las transmisiones me gustó bastante el trabajo.
Ah, qué bueno.
Mucho el trabajo, gracias a Dios, tengo mucho trabajo y se me juntó también porque la siguiente semana voy a ir a la Ciudad de México.
Ok.
La siguiente semana voy a un evento que se llama Pace Automecánica.
¿Curso?
A ver si acá el buen Edward nos puede conectar el siguiente podcast igual y a ver si entro directo desde dentro del
De la
show.
institución.
Está muy bien el show. Pero bueno, entonces dije, ¿sabes qué? Voy a recibir todo el trabajo que pueda y no más. Tengo la semana llena de trabajo, ahora hay que sacarlo todo y que salga todo bien. ¿Verdad?
Un buen
prisas
problema
que
para
queden
tener.
bien, pero pues, tengo todo el fin de semana para trabajar. Y
Qué
tratar
bueno.
de compensar el tiempo que no voy a trabajar, porque yo estoy en una situación donde si no trabajo no como.
No.
Yo soy empleado de un negocio que es mío, pero soy el
Esclavo de mi
soy
negocio.
esclavo de mi negocio, con permisos temporales, digamos, a discreción.
Y ese es el problema que no deben de tener muchos, no ser esclavos de su negocio. Hay que buscar un negocio a donde no nos esclavicen.
Está cabrón.
Sí. Difícil, pero sí hay, pero hay que buscarle y en todo se puede. Hay que invertir, hay que reinventarse, hay que crecer. Son muchas cosas a seguir. Son pequeños pasitos, pero todo se puede, todo se puede. Teo, porque por experiencia propia, ¿no?
Sí,
Ahí lo voy a
a lo mejor
vaya.
ahí es también el querer, Tony, porque ya un día que hablemos de un tema más de negocios, ya veremos cómo cómo lo puedo desarrollar con más tiempo en la situación en la que estoy. Pero yo tengo muchas dudas en hacia dónde quiero que vaya mi negocio. Entonces ahorita ni me quiero mover.
Ujú.
Tengo dudas. No sé si quiero un taller grande, no sé si quiero un taller independiente, no sé si quiero dedicarme a enseñar, no sé. O sea, voy nadando de muertito,
Ok.
pero el tiempo no me perdona. Y
Sí.
yo soy un polluelo.
Es lo que te para allá, es lo que te iba a decir. Estás indeciso, pero debes de apurarte ya, porque los frijoles se te están quemando.
Pregúntale a Carbon Max cómo le ha ido.
This guy, man. So, how about you, man? How work's coming back?
Work?
Yes.
Plan.
Yeah, see, I told you. That's what I want to hear.
We've been really busy this week. For the
Great.
most part, like steady, like not
Yeah.
like overwhelmed busy,
Yeah.
but like all my guys have been, working and busy. I mean, I left today with like 32 hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shut
I
up,
don't know where
man.
that came from. Somebody
What's wrong with you, man?
Hey, man. When you drove by yesterday, did you throw that in the yard? Oh, yeah, no, I don't know. It fell off somebody's car. It wasn't ours.
Yeah, I didn't know it was in there. I'm just looking at it. Like step up this far in the road. I don't know.
You
You
get
know
it.
who that is? It looks like you.
They might be. Hold on. Man,
Did you drive a diesel truck today?
No, I think she got it off.
Better run, Tony.
Hurry.
Ándale, ándale.
Mr. Diesel Man. The podcast, you already on?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, we can point a camera that way, I guess. And say,
Hey, chat, I'm gonna get a code first.
All right, Yeti.
Yep.
I will say those Yeti videos are quite fun.
Muy bien, Juanazos, pues a ver, mientras que llega aquí los hosts de este famosísimo podcast, les quiero preguntar a los que estén por ahí viendo este podcast, ¿qué les gusta más, Toyota o Honda? Primera pregunta, para usuarios en general, Toyota o Honda. Y luego, para mecánicos, ¿qué prefieren? ¿Toyota quieren Honda. Vamos a ver, aquí buen Brandon. Hey, come on, Brandon, how are you? Oh, as a customer,
fall apart.
as a customer, if you have to choose between Toyota and Honda, what do you choose?
I choose Toyota.
Toyota.
Honda interiors fall apart, their valve cover gaskets leak, and oil pans leak way before the Toyota ones did.
Okay. What about you, Max?
As a consumer,
Yeah, as a consumer.
Honda or Toyota?
Yeah.
I think Honda.
Think about the same
Now,
car. Like Toyota,
Like, am I getting a car or
like
SUV
a
or
Corolla or Civic.
a Corolla or a Civic?
Yeah.
I'm probably gonna have. I don't know. That's a tough one. I've worked on a lot of both that have
Yeah.
high
The
mileage.
four-cylinder.
I'd probably go with the Corolla. It's pretty hard to kill a Corolla.
Oh, I might need to leave that on. I
Yeah,
got a major
to
headache.
be,
I got
to
a
be
bad headache.
honest, to be honest, as a transmission shop,
Corolla, right?
I don't like Toyota
No?
Yeah,
because I
Hondas
don't
are
make
easier.
money with Toyota.
Yeah.
Correct.
I don't make money with Toyota, so I don't like that. So everybody, please buy Honda
Hondas are
and
easier.
bring
And
me
they
the transmission
they
to
break.
my
They
shop.
break more. Third gear.
No, I will
Third gear
say
in the clutch.
Yeah.
the older Hondas.
The thing is that the for a lot of time, Honda filter was inside.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not replaceable.
Yeah.
So this like
Hey, man.
like
I don't. It's jamming me in the shoulders.
it's a limit.
You
like,
be-
Yeah.
You know,
No,
because-
this like sticking in my neck like a knife. Is there any way to flip that out of the way or make it go taller? There we go. Thank you. And you fixed it,
Tony,
Mr. Fix It.
Time, man.
That's what you can call me, man. That's your fix.
estamos diciendo, Tony, si tú te tuvieras, ya sé que no te vas a subir nunca en un carro de ese nivel, Tony.
¿De cuál?
Pero si te tuvieras que subir entre un
Es que no estoy muy
Corolla
alto.
You're Mr. King.
o un Civic, ¿cuál comprarías? No,
Un Corolla,
aquí
Corolla o
no,
Civic.
Sí,
Yes, we
Corolla
can.
Civic, estamos
Corolla
checando.
Civic en
I'm
cuál?
glad somebody pushed that over.
¿En qué?
¿Y por qué?
Yeah, somebody threw it in my
Oh,
garden.
oh.
I didn't
Yo
even
sé
think
que lo
about
tuyo
it.
es diésel,
I
pero
tried.
como usuario.
Sí, no, sí, como usuario de un vehículo, sí, pero pues son vehículos prácticamente económicos para gastos en reparaciones, servicios
That's huge.
y pues con buen millaje para de consumo en diésel. Bueno, perdón, en gasolina.
That's what I said.
Ah.
I think it was
Ah,
Yo pensé
That's what
que-
I'm
sí, no, cada quien lo coge con su tema. Por eso es que le digo que necesitamos sentarnos, pero es en español o en inglés, decidirlo y hacerlo, porque es bien difícil. Ya lo combinamos, lo sacamos y después nos ubicamos. Y la única manera es que nos quedemos solamente en inglés. Ese es el único que lo podemos sacar ahí adelante. Y pues yo sí que lo levantamos en inglés para involucrarlos, porque si no, no nos la van
getting
a...
stuff from you and then
Oh.
throwing it wild on the back of his truck.
What's wrong with you guys?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, sure.
You finally cut your hair.
Yeah, man. See? I got 10 years younger, man.
Oh, I got a headache. Keep these up.
That's the cool guy over here.
And, yeah, man.
The sun is so bright.
He has to wear glasses. The future's so bright.
So, digo,
Things are pretty good.
yeah,
You
man.
ain't never heard that?
No. What? That's actually pretty good.
That's like the oldest
I never got it. I never got it either.
Hey,
Yeah.
what sound does the mechanic's broom make? Broom, broom. Broom, broom. Yeah. Talking about corny, man. That's next level.
Yeah, these guys, man.
Big dad jokes. Big dad.
But yeah,
So, Victor was saying about
as a shop.
if it is,
Yeah, I say as a shop, I don't like Toyota. I know a lot of people.
I like Toyota shocks. They put struts on the front and the back of every vehicle they make.
the problem is he questioned me for only 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
And so I cannot pick another one. He says either.
Civic and
Civic or
we're on Civic and
You
Corolla.
know,
Yeah.
Corolla still has struts in the back.
Yeah, no, but
Oh, for
Where is-
transmission,
just
Civic,
to-
Civic all that. Easier to repair and they break more.
yeah,
for
Yeah.
transmission as a shop, I like Honda Civic, Honda Accord. All the
Okay.
Honda,
I like
because
Honda everything.
it fails more.
What about the
Power steering
What about the V6
Toyota,
transmission?
the what?
Does the V6 transmission hold up longer and better? The J series, the J series V6. I mean, well, the Acura, all the Acura sedans have it.
Yeah, they
the Accord, the Accord
Not too
V6.
much. And also when they start the
minivan?
DCT dual clutch transmission.
Oh, that's 2020, 21, yeah.
Maybe it's 17 in some cars.
17?
But there are less problems that I can fix because they only have like a rough start.
Yeah.
But sometimes with that reprogramming or only like replacing the fluid and it fits, and
Yeah.
it's like not too much money. I like Chevys.
Yeah, I bet you do. I bet you
It's
do.
not
I like
money.
Chevys, yeah.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I love dropping Chevy
I love mine.
transmissions because in, out, in, out, in, out.
Yeah.
Yeah, in and out. And
Yeah, you
They
do lots
break
of times.
your-
Yeah,
they break every 80,000
every 80,000 miles with new transmission.
So
I'm putting it right on my
figured
car.
it out. I figured out why. The 4L80, the 4L60, 6L80E, or what is that?
It's a lady.
Yeah, the E.
Yeah.
So the same problem, all three, is if you look, the precursor that will tell you that the transmission is on its way to doing what that transmission does and dying early, is the transmission cooler lines will start to leak. I checked pressures in them on a multiple different vehicles that have come in,
Okay.
and the pressures were way too high for the rubber part. You know where it crimps and it holds the rubber, and it was exceeding the pressure that rubber could hold. So what it is that filter they have is fully encased in plastic, which most are, but it's just too small. So it's like,
swells and
so if you had a much larger one, it wouldn't have any problems until like 180,000 miles, like most transmissions, right? But because it's so little, I mean, even on the 4L80, it's a bigger transmission, it's got a bigger filter, but it's just a little bit bigger. And it clogs up quickly. So the cooler lines are trying to feed through that filter because it's in the system, and they back up, and you've got a pressure backup problem. You can't. The whole transmission is running out of tolerance because it's trying to. All the hydraulics are off.
But think about this: the cooler lines,
Uh-huh.
pressure line and return line.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, that's what.
So what we need is that the return line has to be like free.
Right.
So it drops the pressure.
Yeah.
But the problem is the cooler is getting stuck.
Because
Because
that's why one side
some
gets leaky and the other one doesn't.
Material,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
And where is this coming from? It's coming from the torque converter.
Yeah.
The torque
Well, yeah.
converter
Yeah.
is the main
yeah,
fail there.
Feels
And
the system up.
That's the main problem. But yeah, well,
But
coming back to
if you do take it out, you take the filter out, you drop pan, put a filter on. I know the torque converter is slowly eating itself. That they will always do that. You'll get another 60,000 miles out of it before you need to change transmission.
sometimes you get
Sometimes, if you catch it soon enough.
feeling
He
like
knows, he
shorter,
knows.
starting shorter.
He loves 4L80s.
Yeah, but I love that. I love that because I'm getting better doing that transmission, and it's an expensive car, so the customer approves expensive. I mean, a really good repair.
I love
because the car is a value.
Yeah,
Good value.
I love preventative. I really do, and I like being creative with preventative. What would you recommend? Would you recommend like an aftermarket torque converter at what mile, and then what torque converter to avoid the problem?
80 miles, take your transmission down. and
80 miles,
Yeah.
and put a different one in.
80,000.
80,000. Okay, I thought. I mean that's
Sorry.
Yeah,
80,000 miles, you replace the torque converter and
Yeah.
install a new torque converter, not
Yep.
not the
so torque converter filter
Yeah, but
and
not-
flush the system.
not how do you say reconstruido? Like
Not
review.
OEM, not OEM, right?
no.
Yeah.
And
No, review.
I recommend
Review.
Reman.
Reman?
Not
Remain.
No,
Remain.
aftermarket, right?
no HD. I recommend Luke.
Luke,
It's a new design. Luke torque converters.
Luke torque converters.
Yeah, LUK.
Yeah.
LUK. That's
Their clutches are really good too.
All you truck guys out there, remember that Luke
it's
torque
like
converters.
$600 for only the torque converter, but it's good.
Actually,
Oh,
I
really?
just put one of those in the
Yeah.
Tahoe at my shop.
Yeah.
When I put a new,
So it's,
I put a brand new.
Looks like it's smaller and weaker, but it's working really good.
Yeah, it's
I've been
heavy.
using for like 2 years now,
So
Yeah.
and my problems, my warranties, fly away. No warranties, not anymore.
So if somebody comes over to your shop and says, "Hey, I don't want to lose my transmission. Can we throw in a Luke torque converter?"
Yep.
Well, Will it still need a filter and an oil cooler line?
Yeah. I do a complete flush.
Complete
I
flush?
replace the filter, all the fluid, and replace the converter, rim and seal for the engine.
So if the line's not leaking, you're not worried about it.
The
So,
what?
so you wouldn't sell an additional line because if it's not leaking, it's not been overpressured, you're fine. You just
I use
the
flush.
standard flush.
But when I flush the cooler lines,
yeah,
I don't know how to say, but I kind of feel if it's like stuck or not.
it was
Yeah,
fighting
you can
a little
tell.
too hard.
If it's
yeah,
like-
Yeah, you can tell.
If you press a lot, it's
yeah,
not too
brake
much
calipers
coming.
the same.
So I do some flush, and if it's not going better, so I replace the cooler.
Okay.
But you make sure you have good flow through the.
Yeah.
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 Sometimes you. It's hard to explain because, like you said, there's some things that it's like turning a wheel in a wheel bearing. When you spin a wheel, we all know.
Yeah.
You know a bad wheel bearing. You can feel it.
Yeah.
But then you have somebody else spin the wheel. They're like, "Dude, I don't know what you're talking about. You're crazy." You're like,
Yeah.
"No,
You know,
I can
how many
feel the
times?
needle bearings in this."
Yeah.
How many times do you get a text say, "Oh, there's no plane and it's fine," and you can feel it, you can hear it.
Oh yeah, the
but
roaring, but it doesn't
move
have
yet.
play.
And they're like, "It's fine. They can keep going." No, don't tell them. Don't tell them that.
So recent.
Actually, thinking about it, it's really interesting.
Yeah.
All the things we can feel,
Yeah, feel.
like
Yeah, it's like a
feeling.
sixth
Yeah.
sense.
And the transmission
hear,
there's a lot of things,
more
like
smell.
air pressure, like that, like
Or even driving the car to
or
feel
even
issues.
just see how it looks like from like not too close. You can see like a tire, you can see like a rotor. The
Uh-huh.
rotor you mentioned one of your videos.
Yes.
It was like I saw it. I said, yeah, it's like that.
Oh, the rotors. Yeah, when
Yeah.
you walk, I can see them all the way at the other end, 6 bays down. It looked like a record down there. You're like, you're gonna quote brakes. I hope.
Yeah. You can.
I hope
I can hear that song riding down the road, man.
that sound comes from having a service rider at some point in your career that did not work on cars previously. I hope you sell brake job on that car and not at the end of the day call them up and say, "Hey, by the way, I didn't notice this, but you definitely need brakes," even though my tech noticed, 11 hours ago. Yeah, that's a rough day.
What other things you can see or hear or sense that not everybody can do? I mean, like diesel or something, some noises or something like you hear it and then immediately you know what it's.
Well, right, it's a few right now, not a lot, but not a lot no more because right now is with these electronic components and too many other things that can get you easily confused, and you can get an idea, but nothing better like troubleshooting a vehicle to make sure what you're talking about. You can get an idea
Well, but then you still go through your testing.
yes, exactly.
But you already know the
You already
answer.
you
just gotta prove your point.
Yes, exactly. Because I mean, yeah, you
If I can tell you something's wrong with the car all day long,
Yeah.
until I
You
walk
just gotta
you
go
through it
confirm
and confirm it.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Yeah.
I have to have
You ever
confirmation.
watch the videos where the guys, they're making fun of the guy who like touches fluid and licks it?
Yeah.
I do that, and it works great. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Like sometimes, be like, "How'd you figure that out so fast?" I mean, you definitely have burnt brake fluid. I just tasted it.
Yeah,
It tastes burnt. Doesn't taste like normal brake fluid, and that fluid is definitely brake fluid.
Yeah, brake fluid is really easy. Also, coolant.
Yeah,
But
coolant's really
sometimes-
easy.
Yeah, sometimes I
Dip
smell
fluid.
an
People get
engine-
dip fluid and oil mixed up. That well, we
Yeah.
can smell that.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, but you wanna check.
You got it. Yeah, you got it. Taste,
Yeah.
taste it, get a little buzz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the smelling in the transmission is
Yeah.
really important.
Yeah.
Smelling like you can
Yeah,
see
yeah.
that like it's like brown, really bad. But smell.
But the
and
smell
I
is
can,
sure.
I can say it's not burned, and even it's really bad.
Yeah.
Like really dark fluid, but it
Yes.
doesn't smell burnt.
But it's not
Yeah,
right.
I can feel that exactly. So you wanna be good. We can just replace the filter and talk better, clean that up,
Yeah, because you can tell by the fluid.
and
Yeah.
then I need
Yeah.
to test, right, to see that
Everything's good.
Everything. Yeah. But yeah, there is a lot of things we develop.
Yeah, good techs aren't guessing. They're not guessing. Please don't think we're guessing. We worked really hard to learn how to not guess.
But
Well, that's the thing. We do guess. but we confirm afterwards.
Well,
Yeah.
we see
guess
how
the whole-
accurate we are.
We guess
Yeah,
the whole
yeah,
bunch
yeah,
of times, and then
But it's
Because
Yeah,
you hear the car
that's,
come in,
that's a
you're
fair
like,
point.
okay, you
Yeah.
get a toe-in
I'm
no
not gonna-
start.
I'm not gonna argue
A
that.
toe-in no start
Yeah,
on a Hyundai,
yeah.
and it's a
Towing no
four-cylinder.
start on a Hyundai, 4-cylinder,
No crank, no start on a Hyundai.
no crank,
All the starter
no
does is
crank,
click.
no spin,
All the starter,
no start.
all the starter does is click.
The starter's possibly seized.
Possibly, but what's the first thing you're gonna do?
First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back probe the starter, see if it's even got power to it.
I'm not even doing that.
I
I'm gonna
hate-
put a. I'm 100% putting a bar on the crank
Oh,
to see if the
see if it's
spins.
seized. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah, because the bottom end
it's
goes up.
probably
Yeah, you're
gonna
talking
be-
about the whole PCV valve.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's right. Yeah, he's so right about that. The PCV
Yeah,
valve.
because every time I get one towed in, I'm like, oh, there's another engine I get to do.
Yeah, the bottom end locks up on the. So bad. If you have a Hyundai, which I do own one, buy a PCV valve with your next oil change if you're over 30,000 miles, and buy a new PCV valve every 30,000 miles.
because of oil consumption, right?
So,
Or what is happening there?
so
Because
what?
I don't
Oh,
want
yeah,
too much.
Lay it out. Go.
Yeah, so the oil consumption, if the valve cover is wide open all the time, that means the check valve and the PCV valve is either that little puck in there has got too small, so there's air going both ways, and the pressure cooker is not sealing. So
Okay.
you're always pushing out vapors into your intake manifold. You're burning through your cylinders. It's the ghost oil leak of Hyundai, right? It's not a ghost leak. You're just burning it off. You can't see it. Sometimes in wintertime you can see it's a little more smoke. But the real problem isn't that you're burning off your oil all the time. It's that the top of the motor is where the pressure is built to push the oil back down. There's not two pumps. You don't have a pump on the top and a pump on the bottom.
Yeah.
You got one pump on the bottom, and you got to shove the oil back down with the hot vapors of the motor, and then when that pressure is useful, it stays closed. When it exceeds, it opens, and it should only open for just long enough to let the pressure out, and then closing it. On Hyundais, they designed it to where the PCV valve is plastic, and the little door on the inside is metal. So it's opening and closing, and it wears out the housing that seals and opens up and lets it go at almost exactly 30,000. I've seen sometimes where it's still good at 30 and then it goes bad at 39 or 40, but exactly 30,000 miles, it opens up, which means from 30 to 100,000, which is timed by Hyundai, they know what they're doing here. You're running on suboptimal pressure, just not enough to set off the check engine light.
Okay.
And then by the time you get to 100, you got the Hyundai knock.
No, you got 80,000.
Yeah, 80,000. You get the Hyundai knock, and they're like, "Oh, it's at 80,000. Oh, you get warranty motor. Let's make some warranty money, right?" And you go in, they do that. And they get paid by the insurance company, for Hyundai's insurance company, to do your job, and then they rotate you out. They don't care if they messed up your day, messed up your week, messed up your year.
Yeah.
They're there to make that money. So, if you do change your PCV valve out, you're locking that pressure back in. You're able to feed that oil back down, so the rod bearings on the bottom don't get eaten up, right? It's a rod bearing failure, right? That's what Hyundai says.
okay.
It's a rod bearing failure. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But the little channels that feed the oil back down to the rod bearings, not enough pressure to make it through that channel. Hole's too small, not enough pressure at the top.
And then cylinder 4
So
Yeah.
does it
Cylinder
happen?
pull the Rolling Stones.
Yeah,
Does it happen also
Can you hear me knocking
to
to-
Kias or not? Because
No.
I have.
it does. So actually, it happens more to Kias. Because Kia, so
Hyundai's is the 6-cylinder.
if you look at Volkswagen, Porsche, Audi, they tend to always stay on the same generation motor. Like if there's an updated generation, all the companies get it.
Yeah.
It's not the same way. So Hyundai and Kia aren't connected quite like that. Kia is like kind of like a subcontracted business to Hyundai. So they don't get all the benefits. They're not that connected. So they run on like last year's engine or 2 years before that. Sometimes they're 4 years behind. And there's 4 generations of the same motor that have been revised, and Hyundai's using those, and Genesis is using those. Hyundai even more than Genesis. So Kia's at the very back of the line, and they're frequently 3 to 4 years behind on their motor revisions. So it's same motor, but the revisions happen for Hyundai. If the revised motor happens for Hyundai, that fixes that problem. Fixes the problem. I mean, they built the part to last. Most likely, Kia is not going to have it for another 3 years.
So, assuming we have to take care about coming back to the Hyundai,
Mhm.
the PCV.
Yes.
Customer
It's
has
on
to know.
both Hyundai, Genesis, and
And I know
PCV
the
valve.
mechanic has to know, right?
Yeah.
But I'm a transmission shop mechanic, so I don't really know about that.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
the car.
Yeah, it's fine.
Oh,
So it's,
right,
it's
right,
good,
yeah.
it's good
Yeah.
that the customer, if I did something, spark plugs or oil change or something, the customer know about his car, this risk.
I sold PCV valves with oil changes for 3 years. Hyundai tried to hire me just to stop me from doing that because they were losing so much money on recall work.
Yeah,
Good, good.
very sure.
Yeah, they were open and honest about what they were trying to do. It took about 6 interviews, but on interview number 6, they're like, "Yeah, you can't do that anymore." I was like, "Well, I can't if I don't work here," so I walked out.
Well, you're gonna lose money, man.
Mhm.
It's all your power.
Oh, I didn't lose money. I made plenty of money. I brought
No, but they lose money.
They
It's all
lost
your
money.
power.
Yeah, it's my fault. Oh yeah,
That's okay.
I mean, I understand being competitive, and I know what they're doing. I can't fault them for that. I do fault the Hyundai, the company, for the PCV valves, but and the shops for not. I was thinking about going over to Hyundai and being like, "Look, yeah, I'll come run your shop. I know what you're trying to do, but if you let me still do it, we'll be the only Hyundai shop in America that's being honest about this and fixing it on our end." And they said if we did that, then Hyundai would lose it because their money's not being made. They're in the business of making money, not losing money.
Well, we got some problem with the diesel. That's these with us into this
What kind of
industry.
motor?
It's pretty much any. Like I'm talking about diesel contamination.
Ah, yeah.
Diesel contamination. You got
Yes,
diesel
I know what you're
contamination.
talking about.
Every
That's
single vehicle that it goes to dealers, all the things they'll tell you how long do you drive after it's contaminated.
Oh yeah. And if you did too long, it's your fault.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, but the problem is, and most of the time it's right. I'm not saying they're not. That you need to replace pumps, injectors, tubes, sensors, filters. Too many components on it.
You might as well
When
get
you
a
go
motor.
to the bottom of it,
Yeah.
hit it up with a PO.
Big.
Yeah. So I always say that to customers, listen, let's start with a cleaning if you want to take a risk. Why? Because I mean, it's a risk. I'm not saying that I'm cleaning of your solve the problem.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
But I said, if you want to risk it, we can clean it. I need to remove injectors. I need to get lines out, sensors, filters, tanks, all the fuel. Blow it out, clean it out the most that I can, put new filters in it, and put new seals, everything, put them in there. Spend less than $1,500
Yeah.
and get it done. But I mean, like I say, it's a risk.
Support that.
It's-
I do.
it's a risk.
Yeah,
support
it is a
It's a risk, but it's
If you let 'em know.
$1,500
As long as they're being honest.
15,000.
Well, I mean, that's a good indicator of a good shop. If somebody says, "Hey,
Let's
they
try- let's
explain
try this
everything and
first
say,
if you
let's
want."
try this if you want." First of
Luckily
all,
for me,
they're going to tell you the
luckily
truth.
for me,
Yeah.
I only got only one vehicle that it fails.
Yeah.
Okay, and I've been doing too many. Only one that fails.
Contaminations are bad. I've had
Contamination is bad. Really
I've
bad.
had a few of them
And
where
when they miss it with their
someone filled
fluid,
up a truck with wrong fuel or whatever.
We watched somebody fill up before today, right before I drove out here, all the way up to gas. Big diesel truck. I think it was about F-350, something like that. Big boy truck. And the guy, he literally shook his head, put the pump up, popped in there, and gunned it out. I don't know where he was going. There's no diesel at that showcase station. So he just,
But at that point, like, go inside and grab 3 quarts of transmission fluid and pour it in the gas tank.
I think he just panicked. And we literally, dude, so Sean pointed it out, and I was
Clean your
like,
injectors out.
we thought the same thing. We're like, dude, if he hadn't panicked, we could have told him, pour some.
Or you could have given him some used transmission fluid or
All
something.
right, yeah, we could have given him some of our used transmission fluid and maybe saved his truck. But no, he was gone. We were watching. We're just like, no, don't go.
You guys don't know, that's like a
It's bad.
super big
redneck
thing.
I've saved.
Yes.
It's 50-50. I've saved 50% of the trucks that showed up with gas in them. And what I mean by saved is just to decontaminate gasoline in these diesels.
yeah,
It's like $7,000.
Yeah.
It's a used motor. Just to get, because you got to get the pumps, you got to get the lines, the tank's contaminated, you got to wash that out or replace it.
Yeah.
All the filters need to go, all the injectors need to go. The pump actually falls apart on the inside and starts going into the injectors. It ends up clogging the injectors. So Yeah, everything's got to go.
There's a little less cost on those because it's contaminated with gas. But
Yeah.
it's contaminated with them.
Yeah, it's even,
Damn.
yeah. Well, you're
Yeah,
talking
you're
14,
dead.
15, $16,000. Yeah, or 20.
Well, yeah, easily.
Easy 20.
Yeah.
Easy 20.
Listen. Yeah, that
It's
is
funny.
the
You can contaminate with the stuff that's supposed to go.
But
in the truck.
what happened with that? What happened with that is as soon as you
Yeah.
mix it,
Yeah.
it gets hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets really hot, so it goes everywhere, and it plugs your
Plugs everything.
injectors,
Yeah.
the lines.
It gels up. Yeah.
That's what I said. When the dealer says that, I mean, I know, I'm pretty sure that I said, I'm not saying they're not right. They're right. It's
You
when it
talk
goes back
about when somebody puts
contamination.
death in the wrong hole.
Yes.
Yeah, way
Yeah,
worse.
yeah, it's horrible, and they ran it.
Yeah.
Like I got it. I said last one we did, he ran it like he ran it for a couple minutes.
Yeah.
I said shit. I think it's longer than that.
Yeah.
We were just cleaning
Well-
and everywhere. You feel them thick everywhere. We
Yeah.
get the filters out and the housing because
Correct.
you need to get the seals.
Correct me
Get
if
it
I'm
stuck in
wrong.
it.
If it sits in there too long, it'll eat the seals.
Yeah.
So even if you don't run it, and you just like wait 3 days to show up to the shop, because I've had that happen. They came and they're like, dude, I didn't run the truck at all. I towed it to my house and then I towed it here. I was like, how many days ago did you tow it to your house? Oh, it was last Thursday.
She.
And I was like, it's Friday today. I said, so it's been like a week. And they're like, yeah, we cleaned it out at the house. And I was like, oh, no. They said, do you think you can save it? No.
Oh,
Can you try? Yeah,
try,
but I don't want to. I said, well, let's just do the kit and save you $1,500 to try, right? And then, no, I want to do the 15. I'm like, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Never,
Don't
no. The only times I've saved them is when they show up.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right away.
Yeah,
Right
like,
away.
You
like
left
Rick.
the gas pump,
Yeah.
Yes, and
and
they
it
go
goes
to the
straight
shop.
to the shop.
Yes.
You-
That's
Right
how
to the
we
shop.
got to save the last guy.
Yes.
He never turned the truck on. He only filled it up, walked back outside, realized he screwed up.
Yeah.
I guess the guy was really tired from all his working and stuff, and he just grabbed the wrong handle, wasn't paying
Yeah, well,
attention.
Okay, so you know,
But he towed it straight
Honda
to us,
Winston?
never started.
you know,
So
Hon-
we were able to drain and fill his tank, and he was all right.
do you know Honda Winston? The Honda like for 4-wheelers, dirt bikes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so Rick
Yeah,
owns
power sports.
Power Sports. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rick owns that, and even he had the same day. He was having a crazy day, rough day. He was really tired. He put the wrong pump in. He drove it from Sheetz across the parking lot to Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
Pizza Hut in Walkertown. That was it. That's all the driving he did. And
Oh, that's not even
straight.
across the
But
street.
you
It's
know,
in the same parking lot.
it can happen to anybody. If it can happen to a guy who owns a dealership,
Yeah.
I guarantee it can happen to.
Oh,
to
yeah.
anybody.
Well, and then here's the other thing,
Like,
like,
don't wait.
go to a BP.
Don't drive it. Don't wait.
The pump, the
The
pump's
pump,
green.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
And
Yeah.
Sheets,
Yeah.
too.
And Sheets is
Sheets
green
is
too.
the same thing. When he
Oh,
was,
it's backwards.
he was filling up with Sheets.
Yeah, it's backwards. You don't think
I don't go to cheap.
you normally
I don't go there.
grab the green handle and
Yeah.
Yeah, the
you
back
get
end.
tired and not
Yeah.
thinking
They got
you
back
see
ends.
green.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I actually tune cars and bag gas at Sheets. Shell gas, I can make
Hands down.
60 more horsepower on the same tune with Shell gas over Sheets gas. If I run 93 Sheets and 93 Shell with water methanol on both, the Shell makes just shy of 100 crank and little, like 60, 70 wheel over more horsepower than the Sheets. And all other brands are a little less, but Sheets is way less. Way less.
Some people think they're the best guys because it's a big company. They're big. They're everywhere, and they think they're getting the
200
best.
Well, you can go in there
Performance
and
guys
get a
don't
cheeseburger while you're
fill the
filling up your
Sheets.
gas tank.
We don't do that. We don't fill the Sheets.
Yeah, a lot of people ask
Maybe
me
an
about
emergency.
which one, which gas station they should pick.
Actually,
I
I've been
said, for
using
me,
it
I don't know. I cannot recommend it.
Oh,
Because
for the
I don't know.
last
I mean,
Victor!
because
I don't know for sure who has the best cleanest.
Does it use heat?
I use flex fuel. So
Yeah.
what
They
is another
have
option for flex fuel? I don't know.
well,
Shit.
Sheets is not bad for that.
It's like
They're
50
bad for
cents
regular
below
gas.
the- It lasts.
I use Sheets when I
days
need
also,
to.
but
Or when I want a cheeseburger.
But I like what I like is
What's the big
to
old
fill my
truck?
tank with like 50. I go other places in like 65. So
Yeah.
at least in my mind, that is okay.
So
It has less. You understand? It smell really like coolant.
yeah.
It smell.
Oh yeah.
The flex
It
fuel
does.
smells like
Yeah, it
coolant.
does. It
smell
does.
like coolant, like burning
Yep.
coolant, the sauce.
Really?
So the first time I used to be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I had a head
Yeah, you get a
gasket
weird
blowout.
exhaust smell.
And
That's
it was not.
Yeah.
It's good. It's still good. But 2 years
You know
later.
why? Because it's probably got coolant in it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Dilute,
It
dilute the
runs
fuel.
and it's been good.
Well, so
So
you're
I-
talking about flex fuel, right?
Yeah, flip it.
Yeah, so flex fuel, you if I tune my vehicle to run flex fuel and I pour methanol instead of ethanol into it,
Okay.
which is what is in your coolant.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Because
and I add water too.
Ethylene in Spanish, ethylene glycol.
So water
So it
mixes
turns out-
water mixes with E85 very easy. So you can dilute E85. So if I want to make a lot of horsepower, I'll add water and methanol to my fuel before I put it in the tank.
Okay.
And I can take 1 gallon, make it into 4,
Yeah, but you need
and make more power. But I have way worse fuel economy. My fuel economy goes down. So it's totally possible that
what-
sheets can
what
be
you
adding
use to
additives like that to their
to
fuel.
mix the water like with mixture.
Well, I use
Yeah,
I use purified water.
Okay.
Reverse osmosis purified water. So it's nothing in the water at all. No electrolytes, no minerals, no minerals, no Gatorade. Yeah, don't put Gatorade in your tuning gasoline.
What about if we put
And then
some
I add medical. I add medical.
I heard that a lot. I heard that a lot.
I hear that works really
Little sugar,
No.
just a little sprinkle. More power.
Supposed to
Used to be-
pour
Used to be
like a 2-pound
just
bag of
enough to be
sugar in your
sweet.
It
gas.
depends on who it's for.
Right.
What's up, man?
He was.
Where you been?
Thank you, Brandon, porque estaba encima y yo
Brandon. You're my hero, Brandon.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Thank you, Brandon.
Yeah.
Saludos al buen Benito. Otra
Yeah,
vez
we-
aquí, el buen Benito. presente.
We're gonna get you next time, man. Nobody's gonna go.
Get
to
me
you now.
with what?
No, we're not going. Nobody's gonna. Not even me, man.
Nobody's gonna show up.
Nobody's gonna show up.
Okay. Yeah, I've already done that.
you.
You've already done that like 9 times. And
How come
I'm
I'm
here so, by myself doing a podcast by myself. So it's okay. You can do it to me again.
When'd you do a podcast by yourself?
That's cute. A whole bunch of times. Podcast by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, a whole bunch of times.
Really?
Yeah. The other regular person didn't show up and the guest didn't show up, so me and him hopped on. And
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tony'd hop on too sometimes.
We had that.
Usually he just
With
not be there.
No.
We had that.
We're gonna make a podcast for Tony.
Oh yeah.
Only for Tony.
Just
We're
Tony.
gonna call him Tony Triple X.
Tony. No, I want to pass. At
And the
least
show
I don't have to watch.
is not on this.
You
Are
gonna,
you
Yeah,
renovating the
Get
studio?
the
when
table.
we leave? You gonna renovate the studio when we
Bounce.
leave for the full
Yeah, for the ball, yeah.
No. For me,
I bring a ball, but it's too small.
look at that guy. Come on, man.
so messed up. It's not a pole. That's for other things.
Yeah.
The short pole is for other things.
So have you seen the sugar in the tank?
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah.
it
What happened?
multiple
I
times.
got-
It
Hey,
jumped
let me
up.
ask you a question, guys. Victor, Honda or Toyota?
We've been talking
We've been
about-
talking.
I like for me as a user Toyota.
What about you, Tony?
Honda.
Honda?
As a buyer,
It's
It's,
a
no, it's a buyer.
Yeah.
you would buy a Honda over a Toyota.
Yeah.
What about you? What about you?
Well, interior's rod on.
But what about you, bro?
Toyota.
What about you?
Talking a car.
I own a Hyundai, but
Right?
you know, I support.
Honda? Oh, shit.
See, you gotta
That
go.
way,
Wait.
Two Hondas, the one, two Toyota.
if it's a truck or an SUV,
After breaker. Toyota.
Yeah. Amen to that.
Let me tell you, you fail the game. This guy, he says Toyota, but he owns a Honda.
Yeah.
Hyundai.
Oh, Hyundai.
I own a
Oh,
Hyundai. I don't know.
Hyundai. No, I don't go for Hyundai. Swap it to Toyota.
Either as a user or mechanic, I don't like
No.
it. So,
I got a Toyota. But you saw it. A
As a
Toyota
mechanic, I
Turbo.
like
Yeah.
I don't like
the
it.
cake
I
piece of
just-
shit. Still there.
But
Now, man, you go out.
Yeah. Oh, it did? That's not good.
And what?
They're not all.
Honda?
Yeah, Toyota's not
Yeah,
perfect.
the
Toyota.
but
No, no,
Toyota?
no, sorry, my Hyundai. It's
Oh, your Hyundai.
Yeah, my Hyundai.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
you gonna do what I said on?
no, I did it already, and now the engine blew out.
You blew out. What'd you
Hey
do?
man, you need me to put an engine in there for you?
Something they did on the body shop. I'm
Did you
sorry,
do-
on the machine shop.
Did you do the piston saver?
No,
You did. That's why it blew up, because it's already wiggling. So once you lose the head gasket, the cylinders are already doing this. So because that's how they lose the head gasket.
well, I'll open it up and I see it, and the only thing that I see is the cam. One of the cams was not lubricated, not lubrication.
Dry.
Oh,
Yeah.
so and we send the kit to machine shop. So for me,
Did it blow another head gasket?
no.
Oh, okay.
No.
But yeah.
Just no lubrication on one of these cams. One of these
Oh.
cams, perfect lubricated, but the other one,
Oh.
no.
Yeah. Did you put any PCV valve in it?
We did several. We did PCB one. Pretty much everything that is in there
All the
on
things,
top of
yeah.
it was new.
So the machine shop broke the engine.
Machine shop.
Oh,
My-
that's different.
Yeah, that's what I said. They did it because I mean it didn't make sense. We go through it and see what's going on. I mean, I don't see another way. It's just the machine shop.
Yeah.
So I'm screwed.
If you, yeah, you're right. Yeah. I would sue the machine shop.
Yeah.
You win. So whoever the plaintiff is in arbitration always wins. Always.
Shit, I don't know.
99.9% of the time.
And what I was saying about transmissions on that vehicles is that when the transmission fails, it's like 150 usually. And for some reason, I do not get the approval.
On the Honda?
On the Hyundai or
Hyundai Kia. Yeah. That's
I don't
correct.
like that transmissions because customer does not approve.
Yeah, they don't
They
want to approve
prefer
the
to
repair.
send the car to the junkyard and get another one.
Yeah.
And that's why I said,
I only own a Hyundai, so I bought a track ready Hyundai, so it's built from factory for track use.
yeah, and for
Yeah,
that,
but-
the customer just prefer to get another one.
Well, that's probably the only Hyundai you can purchase. If you buy a Velostrin, a Lantern, a Kona N, it'll hold up. Any other Hyundai is gonna fall apart.
Well, guys, we're gonna close this episode one more time. So, cause
I just got here.
you got it. We've been here since 2:00.
I believe you. You've probably been here for longer than that. You slept until 2. Is that what you said?
Yeah,
Hey guys, I'm at work. I'm in charge. I'm here.
Huh?
2 o'clock?
yeah, man.
Shows up at work at 2 o'clock. Look at this guy. This guy.
Look at my face,
Leaves
yeah.
at 2.
man.
You look well rested.
Yeah, you look really well. Yeah, you don't have a headache.
I was stressed. See, gray hair.
I got more than you do.
Yeah,
And
no,
I'm,
man.
and I'm younger.
Already done
I'm
with
younger
your
too.
job by then.
Yeah, you're younger. Yeah, but at least,
Also,
you're
you're of the day
at least you're younger. I cannot say I'm younger. Guys,
All right, guys.
the Mecanico, thanks for following us. Thanks for staying with us tonight.
Gracias. Nos vemos.
See you next time.